appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. This is not deception. This is dominance. This is war. Without the noise, a wise warrior does not reveal his fire. He dims the flame until the world turns dark, and then he becomes the sun. Let your plans be dark, impenetrable, like the night sky. Let your silence make noise in your enemy's mind, and when you move, fall like thunder, unseen, unstoppable. You win first, then you fight, not the other way around. Fools enter battle and pray for victory. Masters win in the mind, before the sword ever leaves its sheath. To know yourself is to become dangerous. To know your enemy is to become untouchable. To know both is to become undefeatable. Victorious warriors prepare in the shadows, move in stillness, and strike with certainty. The defeated rush, react, and hope, but you do not move unless the moment begs for movement. You do not fight unless the outcome is already written in your favor. You don't gamble, you guarantee. A real warrior doesn't just conquer his enemy, he conquers the need to prove himself at all, because the greatest war is within. The greatest opponent is your undisciplined self. Subdue that, and you'll never lose again. The mind must be still as a mountain, sharp as a blade, deep as the ocean, and fast as lightning. You don't run into fire, you become the fire. You don't chase chaos, you harness it, because in the middle of madness, there is a hidden door called opportunity, and only the patient, the poised, the prepared, will ever see it. Move like the wind, wait like the forest, strike like the flame, stand like the mountain. If the enemy is calm, make him restless. If he is fed, starve him. If he is at peace, unsettle him. He who cannot be disturbed cannot be defeated, and he who cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. To defeat your opponent, you must first confuse him. Make your intentions invisible. Make your presence haunting. Make your strategy impossible to trace. Let your enemy fight shadows while you prepare the blade. If you rattle him, he will show you his fear. If you pressure him, he will show you his pattern. Observe, don't rush, because the battle doesn't start on the battlefield. It starts in the mind. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is simply the planning of attack. You do not wait for storms to pass. You become the one who controls the weather. You must believe before there is proof. Trust your mind, even when your body trembles, because if the mind is willing, the flesh can endure 1,000 winters. If you are quick, you survive. If not, you are lost. This is death, and only the aware will taste life. The expert in battle does not react. He orchestrates. He moves the enemy like pieces on an invisible board. He is unmoved, undisturbed, calm as still water, sharp as broken glass. Great results don't come from size. They come from precision, timing, patience, and relentless clarity. He who wins has already won in his heart before the world ever knew his name. And the one who loses lost long ago when he ignored who he truly was. Know yourself, and you will win every battle. Ignore yourself, and you are already defeated. The one who waits by the river long enough will one day see his enemies float by, but only if he has the courage not to react too soon. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. This is the law of momentum, and momentum favors the decisive. Ponder before you strike, but once you move, move with power, with finality, with thunder, because hesitation is death, and doubt is a slow poison. There is no glory in blind courage, only in deliberate fire. The best warriors don't fight for ego, they fight for balance, for truth, for the unseen order that others ignore. A real leader doesn't command with fear, he commands with example. He treats his men as his sons, his brothers, his reflection, and for that, they would die for him and follow him into the mouth of fire. But he never asks them to die. He teaches them how to live with honor and awareness, because in war, as in life, awareness is everything. Do not fight until fighting is the only path left. Move not unless there is advantage. Speak not unless your words cut through fog. Every whisper can be a strategy. Every silence can be a weapon, for the mind is the battlefield. Long before swords ever clash, the wise warrior wins without lifting steel. He conquers without confrontation. He disarms without force and walks through storms without getting wet. Strategy without vision is the slow death of movement, and tactics without purpose is noise before the fall. You are not here to chase battle. You are here to master it. So plan when the path is clear, and execute when the night is darkest, because no one sees you coming. In the silence, no one prepares for the one who speaks through stillness. To defeat the enemy, you must first defeat distraction. The world will tempt you with applause, with envy, with noise, but the warrior hears none of it. His ears are tuned to consequence. The loud ones will boast and bleed because loud souls lack sharp minds. So do not roar when you can whisper, and do not threaten when you can vanish. Be invisible, be unreadable, and when you strike, strike without mercy. Your plans must be dark and impenetrable as night. Your movement like a falling star. Flash, then silence, because in that chaos, you create clarity for yourself and confusion for your enemy. Confuse the enemy, and he becomes predictable. And when he is predictable, he is yours. Victory is not won in the moment of war. It is won in the silence before it, in the preparation, in the patience, in the pause. To act with urgency is to fall with the impatient. To wait with wisdom is to rise with the eternal. If you know the terrain, if you study the sky, if you read the man before you, like a map drawn by his fears, you will never walk into a trap. Those who walk blindly step on blades they do not see. But you must see with more than eyes. Feel the shifting winds. Smell the fear in silence. Listen to the rhythm of retreat. And know, when your enemy withdraws, he may be baiting you. So wait, like the mountain, and when you descend, let your shadow strike first. Because in this life, as in war, it is not the strong who win, but the aware, the silent, the still, the disciplined. And if you do not master your emotions, your enemy will. The battlefield is not where bodies fall. It is where minds break, and where hearts betray their owners. The clever warrior never shows the fire in his chest. He buries it deep beneath the ashes of patience, until the world forgets he burns. And then, with one breath, he ignites the entire field. Your power is not in how loud you speak, but in how clearly you see when to move, when to stay, when to press, and when to disappear. The finest sword does not boast its edge, and yet, with one cut, it ends the war. Greatness is not revealed in noise, but in stillness. The master does not swing at every wind that moves. He waits for the moment the sky forgets to guard its sun. He strikes, not because he wants to, but because he must. This is the final truth of the warrior's mind. If you chase every battle, you'll bleed without purpose. But if you wait for your moment, you will conquer without conflict. The wise do not wage war to win. They win, so they never need to wage war. To defeat the enemy without drawing your sword is the highest form of mastery, because the war was never about the battlefield. It was always about the mind, about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to move and when to vanish, when to become water and when to become fire. True warriors study more than weapons. They study people. They study time. They study themselves. Because when you know yourself, you are not shaken by the noise of others. You walk through storms as if they were windless. You walk into rooms where your silence is sharper than steel. You don't need to roar. You have become the roar. And when the world questions your strength, you don't answer with words. You answer with peace, because your peace is not the absence of battle. It is the presence of absolute control. And so you move through life, not seeking chaos, but always prepared for it, not fearing enemies, but always studying them, not chasing power, but radiating it, because the warrior's mind is not concerned with domination. It is consumed by discipline. It knows this simple truth: he who commands himself will one day command the world. And so, walk alone if you must. Be misunderstood if you must. Be doubted, laughed at, underestimated. But never be unprepared. Never be undisciplined. Never be unsharpened. Because a sword does not rust if it is cleaned daily, and the mind does not weaken if it is mastered moment by moment. So be the silent one, the storm no one sees coming, the calm within the chaos, the strategist, not the fool. And when the world looks for noise, show them the power of restraint. When they look for a fighter, show them the art of not fighting. And when they see you rise, with no sword and no scars, they'll ask how you won. And all you'll say is, I never played their game. I mastered my own.